Hi everyone, welcome along. Very special interview on the eve of the World Cup. We have the newly formed Scottish pair, Robert Thornton and John Henderson, hotel room in Milton Keynes before we fly out to the World Cup, gents.
Aye, well, we're actually at Heathrow.
It was Milton Keynes earlier.
Aye, we've got to do. You've got to take precautions, ain't you? So this is what we've got to do.
Yeah, definitely.
It's been a long day, like, you know. It's like I left the house at 1 o'clock this morning, drove down to Robert's, and then Robert drove all the way to Milton Keynes for us to go and get our COVID test. And now we had the hot shot over to Heathrow, where we'll stay here until Thursday before we fly out to Salzburg for the World Cup.
Is it all becoming real now? The World Cup is upon us.
Well, it's as I said, it's new for me. So I've never done it before, and then the PDC, but Robert has. It's I'm kind of getting some tips from him, like so. But no, I'm getting a bit excited now. Looking forward to it. Obviously, I'd have liked to have been in the team on my own merit, but it is what it is, and I'm getting this opportunity, and I'm just going to grab it with both hands.
Oh, you're on your own merit. You were the next in line, so.
I know.
For you, Robert, can you still remember the first time you played for Scotland in the World Cup environment?
The first time, it was the old Jockey Wilson trophy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest with you, no, really.
Is that long ago?
I know I was nervous. I'm always nervous before I play, but I was especially nervous because it was my first time playing the World Cup in the PDC, do you know what I mean? So, it made me, I was kind of nervous, but once you're up on the stage, it's totally different.
Obviously, darts is normally a very much singles-orientated sport. Is there an extra kind of pressure for the pair of you, one playing for each other and two playing for Scotland?
There's always that wee bit of pressure, isn't there?
Aye, there is pressure.
We've got to remember, we're going up there to play a game that we play week in and week out, so we've just got to put playing for our country, just kind of try and put it at the back of our mind and get the win first.
You know, I believe that my game, and I believe Robert's, we're kind of rhythm players now. We're going to be out of that rhythm. And I played pairs, and I believe Robert's played much pairs for the last few years. We used to actually be quite handy together. We won a few tournaments up in Inverness and back home, but it's going to take a wee bit getting used to, but we're looking forward to it.
Do you think, obviously, you two have come through the darting system, BDO, county, to the PDC, where some of the newer lads would have never, ever have played pairs in their life? Do you think that gives you a slight advantage, even though you're maybe a little bit rusty with it, but the fact that you know what to do in this situation helps?
I don't think so, because like when they get time off, there's usually tournaments that do singles and pairs, so they probably know what it's all about.
Interesting.
I don't know, do we?
Aye. Even if we were practicing before in a pro tour, we're probably on a board before 4 people, and you're maybe do the 1-2, 1-170. So you're playing regular in a practice. Obviously, in a match game, it's different scenario. When it says game on, there's a different sort of pressure than when you're practicing. But you do practice with 4 or 5 lads, and you do get into that kind of regime that you're playing every 4 throws. So it's going to be different. I'm going to find it quite hard, and there is a bit of pressure because we're obviously the reigning champions, as they say. But no, we're looking forward to it.
Definitely.
Looking at the World Cup, if you get through round 1, obviously then the singles becomes involved. Have you talked about the strategy for that yet? Because obviously some teams put the captain on first, some captain goes second. Have you discussed all the scenarios yet?
No, we'll deal with that when it happens. We're going to get the first win first, and then we'll deal with whoever we're playing and who's playing who after it.
See, it's all quite new to me. I'm not really sure how it works. I've not actually spoke to Robert as such as who goes first. I'm not sure how you just between the 2 years you decide who goes first, or
you can decide as a pair who goes first, who goes second.
All right. So we won't really discuss that yet. But I'm sure come Friday we'll sit down and speak about it, and we'll be ready for it. But obviously Japan first. Let's deal with that first. That's going to be a hard game. I don't know so much about the other lad, but Sega Asada has been a dangerous player for a number of years. He's proved that on the world stage. So, but it's two good players. But we're up for the challenge.
Looking at everything as well, obviously Scotland, a very proud nation that get behind all sport, not just darts, football. We see the Tartan Army travelling everywhere. What's the support been like at home for you guys, knowing that you're obviously going to represent Scotland?
Well, to be honest with you, not many folk around my way know about it, because it was just like it was like what? We've only known not that long.
No, I went on for maybe a couple of weeks.
So it hasn't. Nobody really made it public around my way, so I'm quite happy that not a lot of people know about it.
Well, my local papers, they all obviously knew about it. Kind of goes down social media, Twitter and all that. So I've had a lot of good publicity. And there are a lot of people are happy that I'm playing with Robert as well. I know Peter gets a lot of stick about the whole England thing, but no, I'm glad I'm playing with Robert, because I think there's no pressure playing with Robert. He doesn't put pressure on me. Like, if I was to play with Peter or Gary, former world champions, you feel like if he's got a bad score, how did they get affect? I know that they would be all right, but with Robert, he's just like myself, down to earth, and
enjoy yourself.
Exactly. I feel comfortable playing with Robert, so I'd be a good pairing.
You must be reading my mind there, John, because that's exactly the words I was going to use. To play in this format, you need to be comfortable with your partner, because there's some teams that we know, it's been well documented, they haven't got on in the past, but have been made to play together in this environment. So do you have to be friends and comfortable with your pairing?
You don't have to be friends, but you need to get on. I reckon it would be kind of difficult playing with somebody that you don't really get on with, you don't really like, and you know that their attitude towards you is kind of rotten, so it kind of puts you in a downer as well. Do you know what I mean? So I'm comfortable playing with John, he's comfortable playing with me, and we'll just go up there and play darts.
I know that a few commentators have always said that we're two of the best double top players, so we're going to leave each other 40. I've known Robert, as far as I'm concerned, he's the best double top hitter in the planet. And double top, and double top's my double. So we're going to obviously try and leave 40s, but we know each other's game inside out. So we're going to be really comfortable going up there, knowing that.
Obviously, with Gary and Peter both opting out, did it ever cross your minds that you weren't comfortable travelling, or was it an instant yes, we're going?
Oh, for me, it was an instant yes, I'm going. Simple. There was no thinking about it. It was just, my wife was there when I took the phone call, and she went, "Oh, you're going." So, back in my family, do you know what I mean? So, I'm quite happy.
I can understand why the two lads have no done it. Kind of with young families at home and all that. Gary said it for a number of years that he doesn't like travelling anyway, and obviously with the current climate. So I can understand how the two lads haven't done it. But when you get that call, put that shirt on, it's a no-brainer for me. It was to go. And obviously, my wife, Veronica, she's behind me all the way. We're in the middle of moving house at the moment. So I kind of love to have been there doing that. But Veronica says, no. Get that Scotland Cup and go out there, enjoy it, and go and bring it home and retain it for Scotland. So I'm getting the back end from my family as well, even though we're going through a kind of bad times over Europe, all over the world, really. So no, it's been all good.
We spoke to Peter at the weekend, obviously, when he won the European Championships, and he said for this weekend he is Scotland's #1 fan and can't wait to see you two represent Scotland. So that must give you a lot of confidence as well, knowing that the current world champion is fully behind you.
Oh, definitely. He did well at the weekend. He was the most consistent all weekend, and for him to, I don't know if he was Scotland's #1 fan, to be honest with you, but my wife will take that place. But it's good that he's back, do you know what I mean?
It's good to hear that words for Peter, and I'm sure Gary's the same. They're going to be wishing us all the best. I'm sure they would have been like to have been here themselves, but we'll try and do them proud, do the country proud, and do ourselves proud, and hopefully just merit our places in that team.
Oh, definitely.
And with a busy time coming up on the PDC calendar, if you two can have a really good weekend individually, does that set you up for the Winter Series, the Grand Slam, the Players' Championships, and potentially the Worlds?
Oh, it gives you that wee bit more confidence. So if we have a really good weekend this weekend, it'll give extra confidence going into next week.
Definitely. All right, well, that's a confidence thing. If you're in low in confidence, then it's a lonely place on that stage. That's like, so if you haven't got that, and hopefully this weekend we do well to get that confidence leading into the Winter Series, and hopefully cement places in the Grand Slam, World championships and then kick on for the season ahead.
Also, as well, we've seen a lot of players and manufacturers launching new stuff and players tinkering with equipment during lockdown. Have you two had a tinker with Red Dragon at all? Can we expect anything new from you guys?
Well, Red Dragon, well, we've been having a wee think about things with Red Dragon, so there's maybe thing in the pipeline, so you'll just have to wait and see what's happening, but there's something coming on, yeah.
Everybody will need to wait.
Just
Well, both of you dropping teasers there. We like that. Team Scotland, it's an absolute pleasure talking to you on the eve of the World Cup, gents. Thank you very much. And of course, we wish you the very best of luck in trying to retain Scotland's title. Thank you very much, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Phil. Cheers, Paul. Appreciate that.